What up? Welcome to the Wise Take DFS podcast. I am your host, Patio Joe. You can follow me on Twitter at Patio Joe Ref. And I'm joined here today by, of course, our Wise Take regular Cash and DFS, Josh, my man down in Florida. But we're also joined here by our newest member of the Wise Take Nation. I'm really happy to bring on and to show everybody here on the YouTube and the Nation our newest hire. We're really, really proud to bring on Johnny the Greek. You can follow him on Twitter at Johnny the Greek. Is that new or is it? Did you change it, Johnny? Or is it G Daddy?
No, it's G Daddy. It's G Daddy.
Yeah, I don't know. So okay, so CK, you got to change that in the back. Thank you, Mr. Producer. Love you, CK, in the back in the crossroads hooking us up today. Just to let you tell, I'm going to tell everybody here in the Nation a little bit about our man Johnny, and then we're going to go over some things. First off, I just wanted to let everybody know that Johnny is a SoCal Valley boy native OG. So to me, that is OG in my heart. If you are OG from SoCal, there are not very many of us. Okay, so we stick together, and it's always great when we find somebody else. So I'm great to welcome into the Nation. But Johnny, a couple years ago, decided to turn pro 4 months ago to be a full-time DFS pro, to specialize in NFL and NBA and MLB. That's great that you play NBA too. I'm so great that people still play that game. He's had multiple six-figure winning nights and days in the NFL and NBA. He's qualified for 2 NBA Live Finals in 2015 in DK and 2015 in the whatever. It's some other one. I'm reading this here. Sorry, guys. And he's also won the 2015 World. He was also in the main event of the 2015 World Series of Poker. A main event poker seat from DK and NFL. He plays about 85% of volume on DK, and the rest is on FanDuel, Yahoo, on Fantasy Draft. Guys, please welcome Johnny. Say what's up to the Nation.
What's up, Nation?
So Johnny, tell me. So you started, like I said, it says you turned pro 4 months ago. What did you do before then?
You know, I've been in hospitality pretty much my whole life. So hotels. Before that, I was actually started as a chef. I was CIA grad and went to culinary school and became a chef, and then worked my way up, became a food and beverage director, and then became an assistant general manager, then a general manager. So I've been in the hospitality business for a long, long time, and got kind of burnt out of it, long hours, weird hours, and was doing really good with DFS, so decided to go ahead and try to tackle this full time.
Yeah, I worked for the restaurant business off and on for 10 years. And so I worked in the Outback Steakhouse. I worked at the Elephant Bar for a few years. I worked at Outback for a long time. And so I know about the food and beverage industry, and I know about the long hours and, coming in at, 5 o'clock in the afternoon and not going home till 3 or 4 in the morning, and that might be an early night. So that's good, though, man. So you could cook up some pretty good shit. I like that. So, anyways, Josh, you're here. Now there's a pretty smiling face. He's smiling. Josh, say hello.
I forgot the camera part.
That's okay. We forgive you, but he's back. Guys, just to let you know, everybody here watching on YouTube, we thank you for joining us. And just to let you know, this Wise stream today for NFL is usually a premium show for our premium members. We wanted to have it free Veterans Day, give a little gift out there for the veterans out there. Also, if you join Wise Take and use the promo code, I'm going to get it in a second. CK is going to give it to me. The promo code is Veterans30, correct, CK? Yes, it's Vets Day 30 is the promo code. You get 30% off of any package. Remember, the monthly package is $24.99. You get 7 days free to see if you like it. But we wanted to give a free Wise stream out there. We got our man Johnny here, and we're so happy to have him on the team. And people that have a passion for DFS like we all do. But Johnny had, before we go into the plays, and we'll get to all that, trust me, guys, we're going to get to all that. There's a lot of plays. It's a great week. We're going to get into last week. Johnny had quite the week on DK, and he won. He finished 9th Before we share it, he finished 9th in the Milli-Maker. He finished 2nd in the DraftKings post pattern, which got him 15K. He finished 3rd in the NFL DraftKings qualifier, 2nd in the NFL King of the Beach, 9th in the 100K first down, and in the play action too, he finished 33rd. He had this one lineup, and we're going to share it right now on the screen. We're going to go over it for everybody and kind of dissect it, show him what he did, and then we're going to have him kind of go through his process too. So if my man in the back could share it, that would be great. There it is. All right. So we got here. We started off. Obviously, he started off. It looked like we have a Rams with Goff and Gurley, and then obviously Kamara was a great pick with Baldwin, Hill, Watkins. Sammy Watkins had one catch. He got his nut right there, and then Jack Doyle, who has just been Mr. Dependable, and then Ty, but with the Rams D. So why don't you go through the lineup yourself there, Johnny? And just to let you know, guys, what you saw there is he finished, 9th in the Milli-Maker, but he put that lineup in other contests and won most of his money from the other contests. So, Johnny, talk to us. Tell us about your process, how you came to it, and what you thought about last week.
Yeah, absolutely. So just so everybody knows a little bit about my strategy in general, I'm typically a main lineup kind of person. I put in 5 lineups into pretty much everything, and then I'll diversify with a Milli-Maker with a bunch of different stuff with the Milli-Maker. I was, whenever you're looking at these Milli-Makers, if you look at my lineup, I did have a lot of chalk plays like T.Y. Hilton and Kamara, and Gurley. Those are pretty chalky in my opinion. But you're looking for like one play to diversify your lineup, and definitely mine was Goff. I mean, when I was predicting he was going to be around 7 or 8% owned, and when I found out he was like 5% owned, I was like, jump on it, So definitely that was my big differential play. I love the matchup against the Giants. Giants defense is really, really hurting right now, and their offense, there's just nothing going on with their offense. The Rams have been really, really high scoring this year, so I felt like there was a lot of opportunity there, and I just went in with an onslaught with Gurley and Goff and Watkins. Unfortunately for me, I took the wrong receiver. I should have took Robert Woods. That would have made the $1 million. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with my results.
That's the first thing I noticed.
No Woods.
Yeah, I seen if Woods was there, I was like, oh, we'd be talking to a millionaire right now.
Yeah. But that's how close it is, though, guys. One player, but that still was an awesome lineup. I mean, the fact that, you went Doyle and Hilton is, I think, contrarian right there, even though just putting those two out there, knowing that they're, that they're going to be the best, it just seemed like it was that's a pretty damn good play. So, anyways, we have this question here in the chat from a new member, Neil. He said he just signed up yesterday. However, he hasn't been doing very well every week on FanDuel. Should he switch over to DraftKings? And before I throw it over to you guys, I want to say I don't think you should. I think you should need to play a little bit longer. You think you should know how long you've been playing this. It takes a couple years to find out what type of player you are. I think you should be playing both sites, but I don't necessarily mean that you should just switch completely over. You should follow your process, see what's going, see how you're finding when it comes to lineup building, what you find easier, and then maybe try and play more with that, or maybe just for a week play more on DraftKings than on FanDuel. So, Johnny, answer that question for our new member, Neil.
Yeah, I started out with DraftKings. That's mostly why my volume's there. I just got more accustomed to it. But I definitely play on FanDuel as well. I would first say, kind of look at what kind of contest you're entering first, because if you're not having success in it, in entering the contest that you're entering, maybe you need to change that up a little bit. Maybe you're more of a cash game brain and you're entering GPPs, and I'm going to tell you this, those cash game lineups aren't going to win you a GPP. So if you're trying to play the chalk and you're entering tournaments with chalk, you're never going to make any money.
Mm-hmm. Josh, what do you say about that?
Well, I say that you got to know if you're going to do that. Like, I'm not saying you can't, you shouldn't, but it's two different scoring systems. So on FanDuel is half point, DK is full point. FanDuel, you trying to get the TDs. DK, TDs ain't as important. You want guys that's going to get 10 catches.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Another thing is I wrote this in my article this week, and this was the first paragraph in my article, and it kind of maybe will help you with this answer. And I'm just going to read it word for word, and you guys can maybe comment on it. I said, I've been doing some research and listening to some people in the industry, and this year more than ever, this is more on FanDuel, guys, so maybe this might help you, Neil, is choosing the correct defense's kicker is essential to cash, especially in cash games. So do not overlook the position. Pay up if you have to. Start your lineup build with defense and kicker. A good defense at a price over $5K on FanDuel has been going 4 or 5X on some weeks. My most successful weeks so far in the first half has been when I nailed the kicker and defense. Is there anything wrong I said to that?
I said that last week.
Yeah.
You get positional players like, I don't know, it's weird. Positional players are outscoring every week by I'm on YouTube. By kickers and defense. Like, it's a perfect example. I finished 15th in the GPP last week on the full slate because I had the Ravens defense on the Thursday through Monday. They scored 29 points. Mm-hmm. So right there, I'm ahead of the game. I had duds all over my lineup, and I still finished 15th. If I didn't have all them duds, I'm taking home all the money.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the defense. That defense scored 29. And the kicker is going to go out and get you 20, and everybody else is getting the kicker with 6. I mean, come on, man. I mean, it's just 20 is like what you want from your running back, and it's a freaking kicker.
Johnny, what do you say to that? I know you play more on DK that doesn't have kickers, but do you agree with that theory?
Yeah, I definitely say, with kicker, a lot of people are just going to punt the kicker. I'm going to play the cheapest kicker. You don't want to do that. You actually want to have a reverse strategy, and you actually want to look at the higher total games and look where the points are going to be scored, and that just means opportunity, for the kicker. Mm-hmm. So, if a team is, if a game is going to put up 54 points, that's a pretty good place to attack your kicker. There's opportunity there. If you see a game where a team is, favored by a couple touchdowns, again, if you're looking at a 30-plus point score, let's just say that all you get is touchdowns. You're going to get at least, through 4 touchdowns and a field goal. So you're looking at least 7 points. 7 points isn't going to kill you. But getting a 0 or 1 or trying to get cute and playing a kicker that's not even going to play, because I've seen that with a lot of guys playing. They just pick the lowest guy on the bottom there, and sometimes they're injured. So.
Mm-hmm.
And you just gotta, it takes time. This game it's not easy. You got a lot of people that spend a lot of time looking at everything, and you just gotta enter smaller contests. I don't know, do single entry, but it's not. You're just not gonna come into this game and just be great off bat. It takes work.
It does. It takes time. And it's kind of hard. I can't even explain it. Just the more you do it, the more you make lineups. In every sport you play, it makes you better all around. It doesn't matter what sport you're playing. You learn more by building lineups, and learning game theory. Now, each sport is a little bit different to each other, but the concept alone, I feel like it's helped me, and I've just grown because I've played more and more. So it's a process. Believe it or not, that there is 1% that is the exception to this rule that will just get this game and take it, and it will be easy. Then there's the 99% of us that have to work at it to be who's going to be the best or better than each other. So that's what we're here for, guys, at the Nation, to talk about that. So I hope I answer your question, Neil. More questions, guys, just keep them coming. Everybody in there, we welcome you. All new members, we welcome you. So before you know it, let's get into real quick. I want to start talking about the quarterback position today. I think personally this week when it comes to quarterback, quarterback is the toughest part of this week of picking the quarterback right. I don't feel like anyone's in a 1,000% great spot, and I don't know where the huge ceiling is going to come from. I know that we like guys like, up at the top. First, we're going to talk about how we do it really, is I'm going to really talk about just the guys at the top, then the middle, and then the value guys, and that's how we'll do quarterbacks. For me, that's how we'll go through. So when you're talking, guys, about your quarterbacks, start at the top, then go to the middle, and then go down to the value. For me, up at the top, there's three guys. It's Dak, Stafford, and Goff. I guess if you wanted to play Brady in a GPP late, I guess you could. I'm off of it, but you can always play Tom Brady. Dak Prescott is probably my favorite guy in that range, just because I feel like game script wise and what he's going to be asked to do with Zeke being out, he has the highest ceiling. I think Stafford is pretty safe. As for just like being able to, he's going to throw for over 300 yards. I just don't know how many touchdowns they're going to make. I actually kind of like the kicker the most in that game. So, and then Goff, I think, is a good pivot off of Stafford. In the mid range, for me, it's either Matt Ryan or Josh McCown. Josh McCown more for cash. I just feel like his floor is just really, really good. And Matt Ryan, for me, I think that I'm going to have a lineup with him, and I like Matt Ryan, but I don't know. I'm waiting for that huge game. I hope it's going to be tomorrow, so I will have a little bit of him. One other guy I forgot to talk about on the top that I did a little bit more research and I wrote about was Drew Brees. The last two home games, the Bills have played, they gave him over 700 yards passing, and that was against Jameis and Mr. Carr. So Brees is better than both of them. And then finally, down in the value range is we're going to talk about, and this is going to be the hot button, is first I'll say I think Andy Dalton is a good DK play as a pivot, but Ryan Fitzpatrick's obviously is the hot button quarterback this week. Everybody's on him, especially on DK. He's 4,900. He's 61 on FanDuel. I think he's playable on both sides. He's like the newest thing. You play Fitzpatrick, you fit everything else in. It's just so easy. I know Cam is not really on it. Johnny, I want you to talk more about Fitzpatrick first before you go to the top, because I'm going to just throw it to you when it talks to Fitz. Like I'm going to have a lineup with him. I don't know if he's going to be my cash game quarterback, but I'm definitely going to have some exposure to him. So Johnny, talk to me about Fitzpatrick and then go through your quarterbacks for tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely for me, I like Fitzpatrick a lot. I don't really play cash games in NFL, so he'll be in one of my main lineups for sure. He's cheap, and I can get everybody else in there. I want a lot of exposure to the Pittsburgh side of things for this week. I really like Bell and Brown, so definitely he allows me to fit in everybody I want. So I like that. It's a revenge game, so if you're into narratives, he's definitely a revenge game. He has 6 touchdown upside. He's done that. He's had that before. 2 seasons ago, I think he put up 6 touchdowns. So, I know he put up 6 touchdowns. I think it was 2 seasons ago, though. So I think that's a great. Those are 2 great, things that are working in his favor. Jets, not the greatest defense out there. So definitely, the only downfall again is that Mike Evans is suspended. He's out for the game, but he has some really viable targets, and we'll get into those later. But I think that definitely, the passing game is where you want to go. Tampa Bay is actually pretty good. The Jets are actually pretty good when it comes to the run. So definitely you want to attack the Jets through the air. So I definitely like Fitzpatrick.
All right, continue on and with your Dak and top plays up at the top tier. What do you like up there?
I like Dak Prescott, but he's really expensive, and no more Elliott, so no more security blanket. People always think that Elliott takes away from him, but Elliott adds for him because he does catch passes out of the backfield. So also you have Dez Bryant, who's questionable still. I know he went through practice on Friday and he was moving around well, but he's still coming off an injury. So you just got to look at that. So Yeah, I probably will have some exposure to Prescott, but not a lot, just because of the price, and I can't get a lot in there. So definitely, I love Matt Stafford. He's in a great situation. It's Cleveland, so I'll definitely have some Matt Stafford exposure. He's not my favorite play. Goff definitely made me a lot of money last weekend, but he's just getting really expensive. Houston's defense, is trash right now. A lot of people think they have a good defense, but they have the three main guys are injured. You got so Watts is out right now, and their defense isn't really that good. You look at what Seattle did to them a couple of weeks ago, and just got torched. A play that I'm probably gonna get a lot of flack from here, and he's probably one of my favorite plays, is going to be Ben Roethlisberger this week against Indy. I know I'm going to hear that he's on the road, he's horrible on the road, but he's actually really good in the dome. So he's either good in domes or at home, and he's playing against the Colts, and Colts are horrible. And he has, I would say, the two top options this week on his team, and that's Bell and Brown. So I like Roethlisberger a lot. He's probably either first or second on my list right now of quarterbacks. I like Josh McCown a little bit, but he's a little expensive at 6,100. I would much rather go down to Andy Dalton maybe, or definitely Fitzpatrick. But I will tell you this, my diamond in the rough this week is Eli Manning.
There it is. I knew it.
Eli Manning. And he's going to win all the money for you this week. So if you're a tournament player, or if you like GPPs, make sure you get some exposure to Eli Manning, because I'll tell you, if you want to take one down this week, he's probably the quarterback to do it.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all. I think that, much like when they went and played Denver, nobody was on them, and then now they're on them. I got a quick question for you really quick before we get to Josh about the quarterbacks. Somebody in the nation, Mamba08, he says, I've been hearing from other sites that QB, running back, and wide receiver stack from the same team is not a good stack, but Johnny had all three. Is that something you guys do a lot? Johnny?
All the time.
That's an onslaught, and it's all about the matchups. All about the matchups. So
all the time.
Yeah, you got to think of my lineup the last week with Gurley. Gurley's catches more stuff out of the backfield, so I don't really consider him a traditional running back. That's just like the Gordon situation too. Melvin Gordon in San Diego, he's their best pass catcher. So you gotta look at that.
There's certain teams you will do that with. There's certain teams you won't. It's basically the answer.
Yeah, certain teams, certain matchups, certain players will do it with. But you got to look at Pittsburgh. I mean, the last year Pittsburgh won 2 Milli-Makers for two different people with an onslaught, and that they actually did a full onslaught where they had two wide receivers, a running back, and a tight end, and they had Roethlisberger. So you can definitely do it. It's a viable option, especially this week with Bell and Brown both playing against the hapless Colts. So
yeah, I see it. And let's see, somebody said he didn't like Eli. He goes, I'll take my chances with SFD at home. All I could say to that is that you could be right, but Drew Stanton did exactly what I said he was going to do last week. If you guys said, and he did exactly what he threw, like 2 touchdowns and like 150 yards. Eli's going to do at least that on Sunday. So Josh, talk to me about the quarterbacks you like. I feel like you like Fitzmagic. Talk to me about him and then some other guys.
Well, first of all, on that question, I do it all the time. I play tournaments. I'm not playing cash, so I'm just first or last every week, every day, all the time. I want first or last. I don't want no min cash. I want to see my little guy at the top or at the bottom, period. So I stack quarterback, running back, wide receiver all the time. I stack quarterback, 2 wide receivers all the time. And I let other people not do it because they listen to all these shows like you heard, don't do that. It's bad correlation. Well, let me tell you, if that team goes for 42 points, 48 points, it's a good-ass correlation. I promise. But
yeah, it's right there. You're saying right there, you do that. That's your contrarian lineup right there. And then you can be almost as chalky as you want as when you fill in, right? Correct?
Yep. Exactly.
That's it.
That's how you win. That's how you win money in this game. But Fitzpatrick, yeah, I'm down. I love him. I love revenge. I don't love it in in the NFL as much as NBA, but that's because the players don't have control of the ball. This guy's gonna have the ball every single snap. They're gonna be able to do what he want with it, and they're not gonna be able to run. So, yeah, man, I love it. He wants to kill them. He wants to kill them. Period. He does not. He does not like the Jets. No doubt about that. He wants to kill. He has blood in his eyes, which could be a bad thing. But yeah, I like it. If he's gonna be really chalk, I won't have a bunch, but I will. I'm gonna have some because you can just do whatever you want. But as far as Dak, I love him. I love him in this game. And yeah, Zeke not being there definitely hurts because when Zeke's there, the defense is more worried about Zeke than they is Dak. So they gotta, you know what I'm saying? They just plan around stopping Zeke. They'll load the box. They will do whatever. But the kid he's good. So I'll take my chances against Atlanta. In Atlanta, I expect it to be going up and down because neither defense is I'm scared of. And the one thing that can help you with Zeke out is inside at the goal line, inside the 5, he can rush for a couple touchdowns. Like he'll rush for some touchdowns, maybe. You know what I'm saying? We've seen it. He can do it. But up there, I'm not messing with nobody else. Like I don't want golf. I had golf last week. He did the thing for me, so I'm good. And like old boy said, Roethlisberger. Nobody wants to play him on the road, but he's way better on the fast track. That's because he got AB out there. You put AB on carpet, get him in space. Good luck. Good luck tackling him. Same with Bell. Good luck. So I'm down. I love Tyrod Taylor too. Rushing every week. I've said it every week. I have him on a team, one team somewhere every week because he can rush for 75 yards and a touchdown. So that's what I'm looking for out of my QB. Andy Dalton, Tennessee's secondary is garbage. AJ Green is pissed. Get him the football. Let's go. I'm gonna have me some Dalton for sure. And same thing. Eli Manning. I love this game. It's one of my favorite games of the slate. Both teams suck. So yeah, nobody's gonna be really high on this game. I don't think. So if both teams suck, why not? Why wouldn't you go there? The defenses are garbage, both of them. And Eli Manning and the Giants throw a shit ton. So yeah, that's a perfect pivot from Fitzpatrick. If Fitz is going to be super high owned, just go to Eli.
I agree. Totally agree. It's a thing where he has just as much upside as Fitzpatrick. I mean, what Fitz is. I mean, we're just hoping he gets 3x. That's all we're hoping for. That's why he's so attractive to us. It's not like we think he's going to get his 35 or 40 points. You know, so I agree.
I was going to say about the Houston defense. Yeah, man, they're garbage. Just look what's been happening to them. Like Russell Wilson won me all the money against Houston's D. So I mean, golf is an option, but I'm just not gonna go there because I think he's gonna be more popular than he should be this week. When I got him at real low ownership last week, coming off a bye against the Giants, terrible defense.
Is there any other quarterbacks we want to talk about? I don't know.
Yes.
Yes. All right.
Oh yes. Matt Ryan.
Ryan. Okay.
Dallas. He's at home. I'm gonna have so much Julio Jones this week. I might be lock button Julio Jones this week. I can already tell y'all, it's gonna be first or last. It ain't no how I'm building my teams this week. It's gonna be first or last. I already know.
I got one more quarterback. On the other side of that San Francisco Giants game, it's C.J. Beathard. I'm sure people are going to like it. Yeah,
he's hard.
But he can put it up against that bad Giants defense. So he's another sleeper pick.
You think so? I don't know, man. He's been so bad. Oh, but yeah, no, the defense sucks. So
yeah, they got to score. They got to score points somehow, right?
Yep. Joe. You want me to move to running back? I can move to running back. Go ahead, bro. Talk about your running backs.
All right, we'll go ahead and start with my running backs here.
Yeah.
Le'Veon Bell's probably my top running back at the top. I think he just has such a high floor, high ceiling. Ceiling I think is he hasn't even tapped it yet, but definitely's got a high floor. I'm really big on Howard this week. I think he has great potential against Green Bay. I also like Fournette, but at the top two, somebody's looking at Fournette. Carlos Hyde, I think, is a great play against the Giants because there's no receivers in San Francisco anymore. They're all hurt. Everybody else is garbage over there. So Hyde's going to get a lot of touches, and he's going to get a lot of opportunities in the passing game there. I like Gurley, and I'm big on Powell. With Forte out, it's opening up a big opportunity for Bidwell Powell this week. So he's a great low dollar. I think he's $4,000 on DraftKings. He's a low dollar play that's going to allow everything to open up in your lineup to play. I got a question for you.
Yeah. If I told you right now he was going to be 50% owned in your tournaments, would that bring you down on him, or would that you just go over the field? You just go overweight?
If I'm playing Eli Manning, I'm not worried about ownership. To be honest with you, you need there is such thing as good chalk, and there's such thing as bad chalk, and I think that Powell is good chalk. I'm not going to say he's going to be in all of my lineups. I'm going to be under the field in him. So if you're telling me he's 50% owned, he won't be in more than 25% of my lineups. So I'll definitely be under the field with him, but I still think he's a good play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no doubt about that.
All right, keep talking. You guys can hear me again now, right?
Yeah.
We're good? All right.
Yeah.
Keep talking, Johnny.
And then, Hyde's great play. He's going to be the main pass catcher over there in San Francisco now, especially with Kittle and Bits out this week. And you're going to have the other option over there, Selleck, at tight end. So I really think Hyde's going to have a really great week this week. So if you want to go contrarian and you don't want to pay up for Bell, I think, maybe doing a pairing with Howard and Hyde in your backfield. And I think you will definitely differentiate yourself there, and you'll have a lot of opportunity for your receivers. Or you can maybe put Powell with Hyde. So I think, for me, my big plays are going heavy on the high-end wide receivers over the high-end running backs is my strategy this week.
For this week. All right, so the news I got from Jordan Howard is that 3 offensive linemen for the Bears are questionable right now. And I think that if 1 or 2 of them are out, I think that really it scares me a little bit more on Howard, because I just feel they'll really stack the box.
Oh, man, you remember my rant, right? You know what my news on Howard is? What? They're going to throw the ball freaking 7 times.
Mm-hmm.
He's going
to get 10 passes.
Oh, my God. But if you're only going to throw the ball 7 times in a game, like, this is the NFL. Like, we're not playing triple option here. Like, this isn't high school. You know what I'm saying? So if you're only going to throw the ball 7 times in a whole NFL game, good luck being able to do work running the football and even catching the football, because everybody's going to be so close to the line of scrimmage, even with a little dump off. I mean, I don't know, man. I can't do it. I give a damn about the offensive line. You're going to have 9 men in the box.
You see, I think
with Green Bay.
Yeah, I think though with Howard,
that's true. They suck.
But I think Hyde is in the same spot, same volume, with cheaper. So I'd rather go to Hyde than Howard just from that reasoning only.
The difference between Hyde and Howard is Howard's a better back.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
He's a much better quality back. Yeah, so
you're gonna be. But are you gonna go? You're just gonna sprinkle him in a little bit. Like You're not going heavy on Howard, right?
He's not a core play, no. Because for me, I'm going with Bell. But I mean, I'm gonna be under the. I mean, let's just say the field is. If the field's 10% on Howard, I'm gonna be at 20. I'm gonna be over the field. I'm not going to go all in. He's not a 50%. He's not a core play. But for me, I like the play because I like the matchup. Green Bay's horrible, and he's already run for over 100 yards against them in his last game,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm a little biased because when I went all in, they threw the ball 7 times and he couldn't run, you know what I mean? So I love the player. Like, I think he's extra talented. But the problem is just the quarterback. Oh yeah, man. But I feel you, man. I understand. I mean, you want to play talent, and he's talent. So
I think for 6,100, he can put up 18 to 22 points, and I think 100 yards and a touchdown and maybe 2 receptions. That's not out of the realm for him. Maybe 2 touchdowns. So I think that he's definitely a high upside play. I don't think he has a low floor. I think his floor is pretty stable. So he's going to get the touches. I think he's going to get over 20 touches. I think he's going to get 3 to 4 targets, and he's going to get in the box. So I think he's a good play.
Josh, talk to me about some other running back plays that you like in the top, middle.
One of the reasons I think I'm going to be real high this week or real low because I right now as I sit here, I'm going to be 100% fade Le'Veon Bell. I mean, it's not the smart play. It's not. I mean, if you're playing cash, you damn sure don't do that. But I'm just gonna do it. I love Fournette. I'm all in Fournette. It will be 100% lock button. Dude has been off 3 weeks in a row. He's pissed because he got suspended for some BS. That was some bull. That was garbage. Mm-hmm. He got suspended, and it's your Chargers. Like, dude is a beast. He is uber talent. He is massive. You do not want to tackle him. And if he gets behind you, you're not going to catch him because he's so fast. I'm going to be all over that. I'm going to be all in. And I'm going to fade Le'Veon Bell and hope my AB does work.
I think the only problem I have with that is, Fournette is, I think, due for some regression. If you look at his game logs, he's most of his yardage is from like one big play in a game, and that's going to eventually go away. He's not going to run 100 yards with a 70-yard run every week, So I get it. He's playing the Chargers, and I know that's what you're going to tell me. Well, he's playing the Chargers, but there always is that chance that big run goes away, So let's just say the Chargers limit his run. What's his upside really? 70 yards maybe without a big run and a touchdown?
He's going to get all the work, so it's an opportunity play as well because we know that they only want to run the football. They don't want Blake Bortles throwing it. So and it's the help. Like, he's had off for 3 weeks, so he's 100%. It's like week 1 again for him, just about. You know what I mean? Because he's had 2 bye weeks, so he's had 3 weeks since he played a snap of football in a real game.
Yeah, but what happens this week again? Just like it was 2 weeks ago when the game's about to start and 5 minutes before game time. Mm-hmm. Oh, he's inactive because of behavioral issues again.
That was an easy pivot though last week.
Then I'll be
that was an easy pivot.
I changed all my lineups. Like
Gurley.
I was all in Gurley and Fournette last week. So where was my pivot? I pivoted to sorry ass Lamar Miller, and I got Woods out of my lineup. Like I was high on Woods. All my lineups changed because I had 100% Fournette. So yeah, it screwed me, but I'm going right back to the well, man. This kid is a beast. He is a monster on the football field.
As I said, he was one of my running backs right now. He's on my list, but I'm not going to go in all in. I'll probably be above the field. I don't think he's going to be more than 20% owned. I think he's going to be about 18% owned or so. So I'll probably have about 36% of him, but I'm not going all in. I would never go in all in on a running back in the NFL.
That's what I do, my dude. You're gonna find out. Like, I just block him. Let's go. I go to war with my shit. You know what I'm saying? Let's do it. But yeah.
First off, I want to say I'm on Team Cash in this one before it comes to Fournette. I love Fournette too. My only thing, and it's not actually what Johnny said. It's the fact that the Chargers are getting 2 defensive players back this week, middle linebacker Denzel Perryman and defensive lineman Corey Liggett. So I know that they've been run on, and I still think they will be run on, and I still think that everything's going to go to Fournette. I just don't. I know that they've coming off of a bye, and that's all they've been looking forward to for the last 2 weeks is Fournette. So I I still like him though, and I still will play him. The guy that I like that I want to play right now is LaShawn McCoy. That's the guy on the top end that I really like. On home games this year, he's averaged averages over 20 FanDuel points at home this year. Saints are 28th DVOA against the run, and I just think that McCoy is going to be overlooked a little bit, and he can be his ceiling is just as high as Fournette, as Gurley, and Bell.
Coming from the cash guy, I love that. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't think money's going to be clicking that button after last week.
Yeah, but they're at home though. That's the thing. 10 days.
I know.
You know what I mean? That's the thing. And like, I just think this week, I'm loving it, and I'm not playing him in cash. I'm playing him in my GPP lineups. You know, obviously cash. I'm gonna go with the herd, kind of like with Bell. Even though I don't see Bell getting more than 30 points, if that. I think that's a stretch tomorrow. I just don't. I see everybody eating a little bit in that game. I see everybody. Juju gets a touchdown. AB gets a touchdown. Bell gets a touchdown.
Juju's not getting a touchdown this week.
Or somebody else. It could be Eli Rogers. It could be a tight end. Anybody. I'm just saying somebody else is going to get a touch. A little here, a little there. That's why Ben is going to.
I'll tell you what's going to happen. AB's going to get 3 of them.
No,
AB 3.
Martavis Bryant going to get 1, maybe 2.
Martavis, that could be that is a very low owned play. We'll get to that in receivers. Obviously, Gurley, I'm not really on Gurley just because Houston's only given up 1 rushing touchdown on the year. So when it comes to that, I'm just kind of off of him, even though he's going to catch passes. If you want to play him, he does have upside. In the middle, like I said, Howard, I'm nah. You know what I mean? Like I'm still going to play him, but I think I'm a little bit off him. If I get the report that all 3 of those linemen are in, I'm back on the Howard train. Melvin Gordon, can't overlook him. He's a vocal point of that offense too. What do you guys feel about like guys like Kamara or Ingram? Johnny?
I'm definitely higher on Kamara than Ingram. He catches more passes. I think Ingram's in the doghouse a little bit, ever since that 2 fumble game. You definitely saw the production last week, and he's definitely out snapping Ingram now. So I definitely like Kamara a little bit. But he's not a core play for me though. I would definitely be underweight on the field with him. Right. And getting back to your McCoy take real quick.
Yeah.
My issue with McCoy is he just doesn't score touchdowns. He gets vultured every week. Mm-hmm. So I'm not on McCoy just because of the touchdown factor. I'm sure he can run for 100 yards, maybe 5 catches for another 30 yards. So he can get maybe 130 all-purpose yards, but I don't think he's going to get in the end zone. He's getting vultured. So Taylor might vulture him, and
Tolbert.
The bowling ball might. Yeah.
Okay. Some other guys. Let's talk about some guys in the lower end that I've been hearing a lot about that I kind of like. People we talked about Hyde. I think the other running back on that game, Orleans Darkwa, is a viable play. The Niners been giving up 5 yards per carry on the ground. Obviously, we all like Powell. Guys, cash game. Powell is I have Bell and Powell as my cash game running backs, and I'm going at it that way, guys. So it's pretty much how I'm looking at it. And I like I said, I like Darkwa too. And also on FanDuel, here's another thing, and this is almost like a gut play. And I know I never really try and pick New Orleans running backs, but I just feel like this is a James White game in on Sunday night, and he's 4,700, and I think that he's viable at that price because you could see I've seen him where he catches a couple passes. I know it's a low-owned GPP play, but I kind of like him. Josh, talk to me about those guys, and then talk to me also. We have a question here by Mamba again about Melvin Gordon. Talk to me about those guys, Josh.
Melvin Gordon, he's a volume play. That's an opportunity play because he's going to get all the work. I don't think he's good. I've said it over and over. Mm-hmm. But you're not going to throw on Jacksonville. So.
Sorry, Cam. Because he went to Wisconsin.
He was good in Wisconsin because he had an NFL offensive line in front of him.
Yeah.
That's why he was good in Wisconsin. Now he has an NFL offensive line with NFL players on the other side. So, yeah, he's just an opportunity play for me. Like, he's going to get all the work. So maybe he can get in the box a couple times, and he's going to catch some balls. So yeah, I mean, he's okay. I mean, he's in my player pool, but it's not a high. No, I'm not high on him.
Yeah. What about those guys in the bottom, like Darkwa and like?
I love Darkwa on FanDuel. Mm-hmm. On FanDuel, you can give me all of that because he's just way too cheap, and he's the number one guy. And ever since that Denver game, was it Denver or was it Seattle? It was one of them where they was just running all over them. I think it was Denver. It was. He's good, and he's number one back. If they get ahead, they're gonna feed him, I believe. And yes, on FanDuel, he's cheap. On DK, I don't necessarily like it, but on FanDuel, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Johnny, you were gonna say something about Gordon?
Yeah, I'm 100% fade on Gordon this week. I don't want to play him against Jacksonville.
Yeah,
that's too either. Out.
As a Charger fan, I honestly don't know how they're going to really move the ball that much. The only guy I really see them maybe getting involved is maybe Hunter Henry, and that's it. Like I see they're going to just blitz the hell out of Rivers, and they're going to try and stop Gordon, and they're just going to say to the corners, Jalen Ramsey can stop Keenan Allen, and Mike Williams or anybody else on the other side is just not going to beat those.
The thing with that is that, yeah, I mean, he's just a huge tournament play, but if they're blitzing and they're getting all over him, he could just dump it off. And that way he could catch 7 balls. You know what I'm saying? So
he could. No, he could. I'm not saying he's not. It's not
I'm
there.
Not
what about?
He's not a great play, but
no,
he's in play.
What about my James White call?
Hell no. Touching no New England running back ever.
Yeah. All right. Good. I hope he scores. I really do.
Well, and then for me, Darkwa. My thing with Darkwa is he's okay. I still think there's 2 other mouths to feed there in the backfield there. I get he's the number 1 guy, but you never know what's going on. I mean, all the turmoil that's going on with the Giants right now. But I think this is a Giants passing game. This script definitely looks like a passing game. So I'm gonna probably fade Darkwa this week.
Yeah, he's a play if they're ahead or it's really close. But if they get behind, then they'll put in what is his name? Gallman? Yeah.
Gallman, yeah. So to sum up, guys, for me, running backs, I like for cash Bell and Powell, and I think you could go to Fournette if you wanted to go that, and I like McCoy for GPPs, and I think Johnny, you like Bell and Powell also, and Hyde, myself, right? And then Josh, you're all in on Fournette, basically. Those are your main guys. We do have a question.
I have more.
Oh, okay. We can see. We have a question here, and then I'm going to throw it to you. You can answer this question, and then go talk to you more about the running backs you like. Thoughts on Devontae Freeman at 6,000 on DK? I don't necessarily like it. He's questionable. His work usage has been down, and he's been deferring more to Coleman lately. So I'm off of Freeman. Josh, answer that question, and then whatever other running backs you want to talk about.
Well, that was one of my guys. It's just a huge tournament play. It's not good. Like, the offensive coach is an idiot. Like, he's like Luke Walton of the NFL. Mm-hmm. So it's at home though. So he's always better at home on the carpet. And maybe the offensive coordinator wakes up, or maybe they actually have somebody else calling the plays on the low, like on the DL. Let somebody else actually make the offense great again like it was last year, because this guy is garbage. He needs to go back to the bottle and get the hell out of here.
He's on the bottle. That's Freeman, the problem.
He needs to get heavier on the bottle so we can get him the hell out of here, because he's destroying my Falcons. I hate him. But Freeman, he's in play for big tournaments. That's it. But Morris, I haven't heard. I don't listen to him much, so y'all have to tell me if this is true. But I haven't heard Morris's name once.
Alfred Morris?
Yeah, is nobody gonna play this dude?
I just think people don't know who they're gonna play, and they don't know. And even if Morris does play, I don't know what his real upside is. That's the thing.
I mean, he has a great offensive line in front of him. If it's in the red zone,
Tyron Smith is out, by the way. That's not good. His left tackle's out. That's not good.
Yeah, that comes down.
But everybody's touting McFadden over there, and they think McFadden's the one's going to get the carries.
They feel like they're going to catch the ball, I think, because it's going to be more of a passing game. I've been hearing And then, obviously then they're throwing Rod Smith out there too.
I think Norris is better. So I would want Morris on the field over.
Don't be surprised if their running game becomes a short passing game to Butler, Butler.
Bryce Butler. If Dez is out, Bryce Butler is a total viable play, guys. I totally agree with that.
But I got one more guy. Like I love Hyde and I love Gurley as well. But Ty Montgomery got this is a Milli-Maker play. Like he got more snaps he got more snaps last week, and the quarterback is absolutely dog. He's awful. So Ty Montgomery is very talented. Dude, you get him the ball in open field, he can break it. I mean, all you got to do is go back to when he was getting all the work and look what he was doing. So that's just a huge tournament play. Like, it's not a great play. It's just me being an ass, and I want it in case he goes off at 1%.
Yeah, I like it. Guys. Johnny, you have anything else to put a little cherry on top for running backs, then we'll move on to receivers?
No, I definitely like Gurley a lot too. That's pretty much it for me.
Yeah, man, that's a volume play too. Like,
cool, nice. All right, guys. So, receivers. All right. Obviously, to me this week, there's I'm going above 8K on FanDuel. So AJ Green is right below. He's 7,900. So we'll just talk about him too. To me, it's AJ Green, Julio, and AB. I think AB is good for GPPs. I don't know how much his ceiling is. Like I said, my belief is everybody's going to get a little bit of everything. Julio Jones, I'm pretty much for my GPPs, I'm going to have a lot of Julio. I feel like this game is coming. It's coming. People were disappointed last week that he dropped a big touchdown pass. Well, they fed him last week. Ryan had his best game. He dropped a touchdown pass. Do you think they're just going to go away from that? They obviously figured out what's going to work, how we're going to do things. They're on the turf. They're going to keep going at him. I think that I like Julio as a GPP play. And AJ Green, he's my cash game wide receiver. Everybody in the industry is touting him. I mean, it's just narrative-wise, matchup-wise, he's facing a Dory Jackson who might be good in a year or two, but he's still got a lot to learn about playing cornerback in the NFL. And AJ Green's just pissed. I mean, he was embarrassed. People think he's now a dirty player. His image is tarnished because of this. And, he's mad, and I think they're going to get him involved early. I could see him getting, 2 touchdowns real quick and winning that. So, Josh, tell me about those options. Go over a few receivers, then we'll throw it back over to Johnny. We'll keep just going a little round table.
I'll just stay up here at the top. I love Julio Jones. So it's scary because he's not 100%. He's never 100%.
Yeah.
So I love it. At home against that Dallas secondary, and like you said, they was just trying to feed him the ball, which you should. When Julio Jones steps on the field, almost always he's the best player on the field. So when you're the best player on the field, almost every time you touch it, you get that man the football. You get your best players the football. So give him the freaking football, please. And I love AJ Green. Oh, my dude Ramsey, maybe my favorite player in the NFL, was in his ass, and he couldn't handle it. He had to try to choke him out and punch him with a helmet on like an idiot. He couldn't handle it.
All he kept saying is Ramsey one catch for 6 yards. All he kept saying was one catch for 6 yards. That was hilarious.
Because Ramsey's going to get in everybody's ass. Ramsey's going to be the best cornerback in the NFL. Mark that shit down. I said it before the year started. He will be the best cornerback in the NFL. I still take Peterson in Arizona right now, but it won't last long. Jalen Ramsey, oh my God, he's my favorite player in the NFL. Florida State all day, baby. But yeah, he's going to get in anybody's ass. I don't give a shit who you put across from him. And AB, give me all the AB. I'm just gonna go for it. Let's go. Like, give me 2 touchdowns for AB, and Bell, just don't score a touchdown, please. And I'm trying to get AJ Green, Julio Jones, and AB everywhere. I want them all over the place.
Let me ask you though about that, Josh. You like Fournette? You can't get all 3 of those plus Fournette.
I know. I'm trying to get those.
Do you just kind of mix and match all of the boom, and you're doing a lot of lineups?
Yeah, Fournette is locked. But I'm trying to – I think Julio Jones might be locked too. But You should not do that. I'm not recommending that.
See, I think Julio has the biggest ceiling out of the three.
He might. But I mean, AB against that secondary too, like oof.
Yeah, and he scored 7 touchdowns his last 3 games against this Colts defense. And last year I think it was Thanksgiving, he had 3 touchdowns and 94 yards. I just don't think they're going to need that this week. Like they had Andrew Luck last year passing the ball. He had a tennis partner, bet, you know what I mean? So
yeah, they don't need it. That's why I don't want Bell. Like I told Cam earlier in the week, because he said he's all over Bell. I was like, they just don't need it. Like he's not going to get you upside at this price. Like I want Bell to get me close to 40. And there's just no way he's going to get over 30 because by the time he gets 30, the game is over. He's going to watch from the sidelines. But the difference is that Bell could break 2 long touchdowns while Bell is just going to go down the field methodically. I don't see him breaking something huge. He can, of course, but I can see AB breaking 2 for long touchdowns. So that's where I'm going. That's why I'm going to take my chance. And if AB does that, then Bell might be watching from the sideline anyways with AB. But AB already did the work for me while Bell didn't. You feel me? Mm-hmm. That's how I'm looking at it.
I feel you. I do. Johnny, talk to me about those options up top. Who are you liking? Or do you disagree with any of us? Are we crazy? What's up?
I'm crazy.
We already know you're crazy.
I have to say that I kind of beg to differ with that with the script from the Colts game, the Colts and the Pittsburgh Steelers game here. I'm a really big fan of an onslaught in this game. I'm going to go Bell. I'm going to have a Bell, Roethlisberger, Brown, and definitely a Martavis Bryant stack. And my thought process on this is the Ben Roethlisberger get-right game. Everybody's talking about he's over the hill, he's old, he can't do this. Roethlisberger is going to put his foot down. He's going to just go throttle, and he's not going to stop. And I don't think that they're going to slow down in this game. They're going to put their foot down. And once they're up by 3 or 4 touchdowns, they're going to run Bell the rest of the game. And, Bell's going to do his thing. So I think the game script is completely different from what you guys are thinking. I'm not going to go all in with this, but I'm definitely going to have an onslaught stack for sure, and definitely going to mix and match my plays. But I love Brown. I think Brown's going to put it up. I love the Julio Jones call for GPPs. The only problem is he doesn't get red zone targets, and he doesn't get in the end zone, and that's a problem. So I can't go all in with him because I don't see the upside right now. I know he's probably the most talented receiver in the league, definitely number 2 by Brown maybe, but the end zone is the problem, So, and again, Sarkisian is the worst offensive coordinator. I think he's drunk again, like when he was fired from the USC. So I think he's on the sauce again, and if he's not, maybe he needs to. Maybe that'll make him make better plays. I don't know.
I think he needs to be back on the sauce. That's what
it is. Yeah, something, because he is horrible.
Yeah.
Like these plays, I don't know what he's calling, but definitely not. I'm not really in on the Atlanta offense at all this week. Definitely my problem with getting back to that Freeman call a second ago. He doesn't get touchdowns, so I'm not really on their offense at all. If I was going to play anybody from Atlanta, it would be Sanu, Ahmed Sanu, and that might be a hot take, but he's been the best receiver on that team besides Hooper, So I definitely would say that if I was going to play anybody from Atlanta, it would be Sanu over Jones. And then I love the AJ Green call. He's my number 2 receiver behind Brown this weekend. So,
see, I thought when you said that you thought that the Colts is going to score points along with the Pittsburgh. You don't think that the Colts is going to be marching down the field on Pittsburgh. Okay.
No, Colts going to put up a donut probably this week.
you just feel like totally roll up 28 or 35 points in the first half.
I will say I can back that because remember when they was playing the Chiefs a couple weeks ago, and I was like, I'm going all in on the Chiefs because I remember stacking Pittsburgh against the Chiefs last year, and they were killing them, and they just kept going. Like I'm like, what are you doing? Like they just kept running up the score on the Chiefs, so they will do it. Like they're not scared to run up the score. They will.
Yeah, because especially with all the stuff going on about Roethlisberger, I think he's got something to prove, and I think this is a get-right game for him. In the dome, it's going to be it's his version of a track meet, and his track stars. I mean, he's got the fastest guys on the team. He's got Brown. He's got Martavis Bryant. I mean, the game script is a Martavis Bryant game script. I mean, he's gonna get.
You're not scared. You're not scared of that, like they don't, like, they're not getting along right now. Like, they suspended him last week, and
that's why I'm not big on Juju.
Like,
I'm not big on Juju this week. I'm big on Bryant. I mean, for $3,900.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah. You're not
Takes
scared
one
that
catch.
they're just gonna leave him off the field. Yeah, all it does.
He might have 2 catches, but they're both going for touchdowns.
They could, for sure.
I agree. It's funny. There's this one other thing that issued this week that I wanted to talk about in the mid-range, and that's between the 2 receivers in Detroit. That's between Golden Tate and Marvin Jones. Marvin Jones, obviously, he's he had a great game last week. He is he's 6,400 on FanDuel, which is just criminally underpriced. But he's facing Jason McCourty, who is back this week. I think that the Browns defense is a little bit better than people give them credit for. And they like to give up a lot of things underneath. So that means their safeties play back. They don't want to get beat deep, so they give a lot of things underneath. I think, personally, it's a Golden Tate week more than a Marvin Jones week for me. I just think he's always involved anyways, and they're not going to be able to run the ball. And I think McCourty's going to be shadowing Jones, which will slow him down. I think you can still play him in cash. I'm not really interested. I don't think he has that big upside Jones does this week, so I'm probably total fade in GPPs, and I'll just pay up to get Tate or go somewhere else in that range. Guys, what do you think about that? Johnny?
Tate's my number 5 or number 6 receiver of the week, so I definitely like him. He's not my favorite, but he's definitely right below Shepard over in New York. So
okay.
Because it's a value play for Shepard, but
and definitely
I like Tate better.
Though,
I love
Jones, okay.
Yeah, I love Tate better. I'm looking at the under. Same thing you're looking at. I think that Jones is definitely going to get shadowed. If I'm looking at a long shot in this game, though, put in some Galladay.
Is he
Galladay's back? He's back. He's ready to go.
Mm-hmm. There you go. That's a definite Milli-Maker.
I will fade. I'm fading both of those, and I have some Galladay, but I'm fading both of them. I do like Tate. I mean, it's an ownership thing. Like, I want to go to them guys up top, and Tate is going to be popular. Like, right? I mean, he's going to be popular.
I don't know. He's 7,400. He's so close to
16% or under.
Okay, I mean, that's not terrible, but I just want to fade that. Like, I don't know, but I do like the Galladay call. That kid is talented.
He just hasn't been healthy. What other guys in the mid-range? A guy that I think has been gaining a lot of steam, and he's good on DK and FanDuel, is the guy Anderson, Robbie Anderson out of New York. He's got a good matchup. If we like McCown, obviously he's the way to go. And Adam Thielen. I think that we got what's his name? Diggs is going to be covered by Norman, and Thielen's in the slot. Skins don't really cover the slot very well. I like him. And then one other guy I want to talk about. We'll go down to the low range, guys. Josh, talk to me about the mid range. Some receivers, besides the ones that we already talked about, like Anderson and stuff.
Like, the only guy I really like in the mid range. What do you can? Well, I'm looking at DK.
Like 6,000 to 7.
I mean, it's just nothing. I have nothing here. The only one, like, I like Juju. He's a little less than that. And I like Shepard, but I don't like nothing in the mid-range at all.
All right. Johnny, what about you in the mid-range? You like Robbie Anderson?
I got Robbie Anderson. He's probably my 8th ranked receiver this week. Thielen, I love Thielen. He's my third ranked wide receiver this week.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yeah, so I love him for GPPs. Yeah. Because Diggs is going to get shadow covered, and I'm a big Thielen fan. I love anything over the middle with the Vikings offense. They're just they're either going to go to Thielen this week or they're going to go to Rudolph. So those are the 2 plays over there. But I'm a big Thielen fan this week.
Yeah, I'm more on Rudolph, but yeah, I can agree.
Yeah, I like Rudolph. I definitely. In the lower range. The guys I like, obviously we talked about Sterling Shepard. He's a play. I think that he's almost just a cash game lock. And Robert Woods I think that he is just like he's become Jared Goff's BFF. I wrote in my article. All right, it's not Sammy Watkins. It's Robert Woods. Robert Woods played in LA. He's like down the street, like 10 miles from the Coliseum. Like they're back at home. Like I think that he's going to be involved for his price. I like him. I think that, you can go with Cooper Kupp too, and then obviously the chalk of all chalk, 3,100 on DK, and then 4,700 on FanDuel. The guy literally is like getting so much play, and I'm with it. And I really hope he doesn't put up a 2 for 20. But even if he did put up a 2 for 20, that's nothing. And that's Adam Humphries. Okay, everybody is on him, and it's not just the fact. It's not just the fact of that Evans is out. It's Fitzpatrick has thrown 48 passes as a Buccaneer. 9 of them have gone to Humphries with Evans in the lineup that game, and the Jets do not cover the slot at all. So Humphries is going to get targets. If we like, obviously Brait is another option in that game. So I like Humphries. If you play, Paulie D's obviously in the chat room right now saying if you play Humphries in a GBP, you're a donkey. That's fine. I'm playing him in the cash. That's fine. Hey, yo. But yeah. So anyways, thank you very much, Paulie D. And he likes OJ Howard for 2,500. Paulie D is in the chat room right now.
Wow, that's a doggy play too.
That's a doggy
play too. It's all about Brayton Goodwin. That's it. Run away.
It,
go
baby.
Away. Go away.
Good.
No other play.
Let's go.
All right. So you guys like Brayton Goodwin. Okay. So what about Humphries? You guys know love for Humphries? He's just too chalky.
No, he sucks.
He doesn't. He's not. I know he sucks.
Brait's going to take all his play. Brait's going to take all of his play.
Okay.
He's going to be a decoy. He's going to be a decoy, and Goodwin's going to be over the top. They're going to dump it. They're going to dump off to Bray. They're going to go deep to Goodwin. That's it.
I don't think Fitzpatrick can go.
I watch every snap of them. I watch every snap every week, but he's not. He doesn't suck. But yeah, I'm not.
He doesn't get the targets. He doesn't get the targets.
You play him in cash. Like put him in your cash lineup, but just don't play him in tournaments. Like Paulie said. Like no, man. I mean, just I don't want to play a guy that's not uber talented. He's not. He doesn't suck, but he's not talented. He's just blah. He's just average. He's just whatever. He's just out there. But I'm not gonna play a guy that's super high owned that's not super talented. You gotta give me something. Like I need talent if you're gonna be high owned, and he's just not that.
But look at the logs. How many targets is he getting a week?
Well, yeah, but because Mike Evans is a target monster there, and he's gone. So that's why everybody's jumping on him because he's in the slot.
Chris Goodwin's gonna be in that spot.
Bro, I mean, I agree with you. I'm just giving the other side right now.
This is what people think. This is why he's so chalky tomorrow.
He's gonna run 3 and 4 yard routes, and he's gonna get some targets, and he's gonna catch the ball. But Goodwin is gonna run a 60-yard route and catch 1 ball and score a touchdown, and he's gonna outscore him. You know what I'm saying? So the thing for me is that Goodwin has been working on the second unit all year with Fitzpatrick, all year in practice every day. He's working with him. That's where you go. Like in tournaments, please play him. He might go out and get you 0, but I don't give a rat's. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm playing this dude.
Yeah,
I think he's gonna get 10 targets. I think he's gonna take that Mike Evans, role, and I think he's, $3,000. I can see him putting up 30 points this week.
I'm all in. He'll be on every team. Promised, guaranteed. He's going to be on every team of mine, and I don't care.
Paulie D says that Humphries is like playing Luke Babbitt.
Yes.
So,
yes.
So the thing about Humphries is that, like if they throw the ball 40 times and he gets 7 or 8 targets and he catches 6 and his average target is 60 yards. He has 60 yards. That's
like 30 yards.
His average yards of target is 10 yards. So it's like, that's like 2x right there for cash. It's like right there. It's like easy. So I realize the point. For GPPs, you don't do it. But for cash, he's a good option. I can't believe we spent this much time on Adam Humphries. Let's talk about like Robert Woods.
Yeah. I want to talk about that for a second. I feel that's a Crabtree Cooper situation. Like, everybody goes to Cooper for years now, and Crabtree gets all the touchdowns. And everybody just goes to Watkins. He's higher priced, and he's done nothing. Like, he's been terrible. And Woods gets all the work. So you just go to Woods for lower ownership and lower price, and you get it. But maybe people will start trying to maybe they'll finally start figuring it out, because I've been playing Woods a lot.
Yeah. We got a couple questions here in the chat. First off, I guess I'll answer this one. This is from Leonard, our 1812. He's one of our he's been a Wise Take member for a long time. Thank you, Leonard. He goes, would you play Brait and Humphreys and cash together? I would not. You can, but I would have a better tight end just for that, or another.
Brait,
no, I
Brait
do.
He's the only red zone target now.
No, I do. I just think that there's other tight ends in that price point. Like, if you're playing Humphreys and Cax, that means you're paying up other places to where 4,700 is a price that you need. So other ways around there, like, there's other tight ends at 5,700. You can go down to Rudolph at 5,400, who's just as much red zone and upside and stuff like that. That's why I'm saying, if I had to pick up one, I would pick out Brait and move down and keep Humphreys in there. We also have another a question here by Edwin. How do we feel about Terrence Williams? The Falcons are ranked 31st or 32nd DVOA against number 2 wide receivers. And if Dez plays, I know you probably feel like you're chasing points from last week. But at his price, I could see him at least getting 2, maybe 3x. I don't see 4 or 5x like last week. Is it a stupid play? What do you think?
I like Beasley better.
You like Beasley better, okay? Because he scores more.
More, but I think he's a slot guy. He's a dump off guy. No Elliott this week. I think he's gonna get a lot more volume than.
Like it.
Yeah,
Josh,
he's gonna be a security bumper.
You don't like it, so.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say, like, last week I played on the afternoon slate. I faded Dez there. I had Dez on my main team, on my main lineups, and I faded him at the 4. So I had Beasley and Williams, and they won me money last week. So I'm not gonna go back to it this week. You won me, you won me what I needed last week, and I don't trust you this week. My play in that game will be Butler. Give me Butler.
I like Butler if Bryant's not there. I don't like any of the Cowboys' situation. Let's just be real. But the question
my only
is,
play would be a Milli-Maker Butler play. That's it. Like, I don't want those other guys. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but if you gave me an option of the receivers right now with the health of Dez, and you say I gotta pick one, I'm gonna go with Beasley just because I think he's gonna get more volume.
100% agree.
All right, good. Any other receivers we want to talk about before we move on to tight end?
Galladay,
okay.
Oh, that's a GPP winner right there. He can definitely win you a Milli-Maker.
For sure. And about you was talking about Anderson earlier. I mean, I like him because he's getting the most targets, but I would, if I'm gonna play a receiver there, I think I'd rather go Curse, because I think he has a better chance of scoring in, like, more targets in the red zone. Anderson would be a long touchdown. But my play I like is the Tennessee guys. I like Corey Davis and I like Matthews.
I mean nobody's on them.
And I like the other half of that game. So if I'm gonna stack over there and I'm gonna bring it back with one of those. Like, Corey Davis is extra talent. So what I want on my teams is talent, and he's that. So I could take my chances. And no ownership. Like, I don't think nobody's gonna be going there.
I definitely prefer Corey Davis as well.
Let me ask you guys one other receiver. Let me talk to you about it. Even last week, he still got 16 targets. They're going to be behind. Any love for DeAndre Hopkins?
No. That was just horrible.
I know.
You can throw him in because he's going to get the targets, but it's just who's throwing him the targets now. It's like,
Yeah, I know. I mean, he still put up. I mean, he still did well, and now his price is at
that's the thing.
Lower.
His price is where it should be. Like, his price last week was for Watkins and Watson. His price this week is for boy that sucks, maybe the worst quarterback in the NFL.
So I mean, like, obviously, This is just talking points. Obviously, if he does what he did last week when he was 6 for 86 and a touchdown, that's 17.6. I mean, that's over 2x of his price.
He should have had a bigger game too.
Yeah, I didn't watch it, so
yeah, he should have had a bigger game.
So I understand why people don't like him. They're off of him.
But hey, what I'll say is, whenever you can get a player that talented at low ownership, it's never a bad play. That's what I'll say.
And I got one more. I got one more play.
Yeah.
One more. This is not a core play, guys, but I can see him getting 2 touchdowns. I've said this a couple times. Martavius Bryant, don't sleep on him. 3,900, squeaky wheel. He's they're talking about taking away Juju's plays, but I think that he's going to have a really great game. I think that he's the fastest guy over there in Pittsburgh, and one bomb. I mean,
all it takes is
80-yard touchdown. Yeah, 80-yard touchdown, and I mean he's going to make your day. So I can definitely don't sleep on him. If you're going to do 10 lineups, guys, have one at least with Bryant.
All right, guys, here's what we're going to do. We're going to move real quick. We're going to move. We got about 15 or 20 minutes. We want to get on out of here, not be too late. So what I want to do here before – I want to do tight ends last. I want to talk a few more minutes, just not in the last few minutes, about kicker and defense. So because you guys basically just play on DraftKings, I'll just talk about kickers really quick. I just think, try and fit in Zerline or Prater, in my opinion. I don't really think you need to go anywhere else, especially in cash. Maybe Gostkowski because of the cold the air up in Denver. The other 3 guys that I put down there as options is Boswell, Suckup, or Nugent. Real quick, does anybody have anybody to throw in?
Yeah, Hauschka. My play would. Who?
Hauschka.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good. But my play would be. He would be. I like Gostkowski. Like I want to pay up, and I like Fat Boy Prater. I like Fat Boy Prater every week.
Prater.
Dude he could kick a 58-yarder, no problem. That big body in that big body behind that football. That little fat man can kick.
Yeah, Prater's my guy. I think that the Cleveland defense is gonna show up to where they're gonna stall a lot and they're gonna have to kick field goals.
How about Nugent for Dallas?
That's another option.
Don't you think they could move the ball and then just pause once they get down there? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean any kicker that's in a dome, I think is viable in any week if the game script's right. I just like it. That's why Hauschka. I'm off of it just because it's in Buffalo. That's all. I just don't. I try to stay away from the weather, but that's just more of a my belief. But let's move on.
Hold on. If we think Pittsburgh is gonna just go nuts. Boswell.
That's what I said. Boswell.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Let's go to defense right now.
That's the easiest position of the week.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna name off 6 defenses, and I don't think there should be anybody else playing any other defenses. If there is, please just throw them in there. But I'm gonna just name off 6. And I like the Jaguars number 1, and then Rams, Lions, Steelers, Bears, and Redskins. Anybody else? Yeah, that's what I said.
Jags. And I like the Rams, Bears, and Lions too. But Jags. Just put in Jags. Jags.
I agree. Johnny?
I'm right there with you guys.
Yeah.
Did you say Saints as well?
No, I did not say Saints. I did not say the Saints.
I have the Saints in there.
They've been playing well.
Yeah. But I'm good with everything else you said.
Yeah. Who would be your number 1 defense?
Were we just talking number 1 overall, or are we talking about price?
Let's say who you're playing price-wise on DK. Bears.
Yeah.
What about FanDuel? Is Bears at 4,300 still the best too?
Yeah, cheap.
I mean, that price is good.
Yeah.
The Skins, though, do you think the Skins could shut down this Minnesota defense? They're cheaper.
Yeah, but I think Minnesota can put up points. Their defense can put up points on Redskins, which are going to cost you points.
All right.
Yeah.
I feel you on that.
I might even take Minnesota against Washington.
You could see them totally rolling up a dud, too. After winning a game in Seattle, the Skins roll up a dud. What about the Lions? You just don't think that the script is there for them to pick sixes and stuff like that? Or
I think they're going to get a pick 6, but they can get scored on too. So I'm not a big fan.
All right. All right, guys. Let's.
I like the Lions and the Steelers just because
Steelers, yeah.
They can just rack up sacks. Like I like Lions at home because they're good. They're good defense at home, but I like the Steelers more because I see them being ahead and Brissett will get sacked, so they can rack up a few sacks for you. But I'm just trying to force in the Jags everywhere I can.
Yeah, I'm for that too. Like I said earlier. The way I see it as a Charger fan, if the Jags defense lets me down, maybe the Chargers win, and I'm okay with that. So
you'll still be happy.
Yeah, I'll still be happy. So I'll hedge that, but I just don't see it. I see Rivers, he cannot move, and they're just going to blitz him, and it's going to be bad. So let's move on to tight ends, and then maybe we'll answer some questions, and we'll get on out of here. At tight end, I think that there's a lot of options this week. You can go to, going from the bottom all the way down up to the top. I mean, there's value options. There's good GPP options. There's teams that you want to attack because they're just terrible at the tight end. Garrett Selleck, you can have him. Play him. But Tyler Higbee caught one catch.
Is that the cash play?
No.
No
way.
Not at that price.
No. Tyler Higbee, it was the same type, and he caught one catch last week, and it was for a touchdown. That was it. So
I was on the Higbee a little bit last week.
Mm-hmm. I think the cash play for me right now that I have in there is I think I have Rudolph in there because I just love attacking the tight ends of Washington.
And he's getting more targets. Finally.
Yeah, he's getting more targets. I think that. If you want to pay up for Gronk in a GPP, you go for it because, like I said earlier, I don't know how else. New England. I don't think the receivers they're gonna shut down the outside. Ingram, I'm cool with Ingram. I'm not there to pay up for that much for him. People other can, and I'm not gonna. It's not what I do. And then Jack Doyle, he's gonna get targets. It's more of a volume play, and you hope maybe he gets in. ASJ's in a great narrative revenge, thing, and Whitten it might get more targets this week too. Now with Zeke being out, and then we talked about Cameron Brate. Cameron Brate's there, and then Delaney Walker has a great matchup too against the Bengals. They don't cover the tight end very well. I mean, a couple weeks ago, Doyle just lit them up. The same Bengals team. So, and Charles Clay's back. I don't know. I think I mentioned almost everybody. Johnny, talk to me about who the tight ends you like.
My favorite, obviously, on the board is Brate. I think that's a great play. I like ASJ a lot. I'm kind of lukewarm on Selleck. The only thing that's holding me back is 49ers are terrible. I think Hyde's going to get most of the work there, but who are the 49ers going to throw the ball to? You think about that. I mean, Pierre Garçon's on IR, and all the other receivers suck over there. So I think Selleck might get some work there, but you know what? We thought about a couple weeks ago with CJ Beathard and tight end Kittles. They were roommates and all these roommates narratives and all these things, and he did nothing either. So I don't know. I'm kind of lukewarm on that play, but I think it'll be popular, but I don't think it'll be the chalk. I like Tyler Kroft this week. I like Eric Ebron over in Detroit. Rudolph's on my list, and Ingram's my last guy. I like Ingram a lot. There's only two options in New York. We know it's Shepard and Ingram, so those are two very, very viable plays.
Josh.
If you plan on FanDuel, you can always go up to get Gronk. It's not something I love to do. I'm always scared he's going to get hurt. He's so huge, but yet so fragile. But, I'm not going to go up to Gronk at all. But Gronk is always in play. There's not a day he's not in play. And I like to attack Denver with tight ends and over the middle. But I love Brate and ASJ. Like, Brate is when they get down in the red zone, it either goes to him or Mike Evans. Like, Brate almost scores every week. I mean, he scored like 4 or 5 weeks in a row. Just scores. I like OJ Howard as a huge GPP play because maybe he can get in the box as well. But I just much prefer Brate. Like, I love Brate. And I love ASJ for the revenge. not like Fitzpatrick revenge because he's not going to have the ball in his hands. He got to rely on McCollum to get him the football. But yeah, it was not good ending in Tampa Bay for him. Like, he despises Tampa Bay. So I like that. And Ingram is just a volume play, just as same as Doyle. Like, Doyle he has plays called for him. And Ingram as well. Like, Ingram, it just gets targets. So you can't be mad at that. But I love the Ebron call. Like, that's where I'm going to go. Like, that's why I want to total fade the wide receivers and just hope and pray that they throw the ball in the red zone to Ebron.
What about Fells,
Ebron is better. I mean, that's what I was about to say. Ebron is better than Fells.
He is.
A lot better than Fells. But Fells just keep going playing all these plays. Yeah, it's so stupid. Like, why? I don't understand. Like, I don't know. Ebron is way more talented, so give me the talent. I take talent over – I just take talent. I hate NFL coaches, man. They suck.
Yeah, I'm down with that. Okay, so we got a question here in the chat. What about Vernon Davis? I know Jordan Reed, he was questionable, but I think he's on the bad side of questionable, more of the doubtful side of questionable. He didn't play. He did not practice on Friday, even though he did practice on Wednesday and Thursday, which is kind of weird. So I don't know. If Jordan Reed is out, I think Vernon Davis makes for a great play, but the Vikings are very good against the tight end. So calm your roll, I think, a little bit on Davis. I don't mind him. One guy Paulie D is screaming to the hills about is CJ Fedorovic, who is back from
Dorowitz.
From IR. So I think that him and Savage were having sex before he went on IR. So they could be really close. Something like that. We have another question here in the chat. JB Hughes says Jags D over the Rams. We all say yes, but we all like the Rams though too, right? I mean, it's not if you play the Rams, we're not gonna hate it, right? We're not gonna tell him he's crazy, but we do like the Jags over the Rams. Phillip Rivers is just great for a pick six, guys. I just want to let you know that. I've seen it happen all the time. So,
especially when you got those cornerbacks over there.
Yeah.
Now, Joe, getting back to that question about Vernon Davis, I mean, he's $600 more than Bray on DraftKings. I don't know why you.
No way. No way.
If I was gonna play him, it would only be FanDuel.
Correct.
Yeah. But I'm not gonna play him. Like, I was higher earlier in the week, but nah, man, there's just too many options now. Like, I can't do it.
I mean, and I would prefer over in the Washington attack if you're going to play anybody. Chris Thompson's the play over there.
I agree. But I thank you, Paulie, for reminding me. For Dorowitz, I played all the time last year, and Griffin is gone now. Like, he's not playing this week, so nobody's gonna play this guy. I mean, he hasn't played all season. And does he still have IR next to his name? No, he doesn't. No, it's not there no more. But yeah, man, he's an option, especially at that price. Like, I played this guy all the time last year, and he rarely ever let me down.
The only problem with me playing him is that the Rams defense is real. They have really good linebackers. You know, I mean, he might get a couple catches, but he's not going to get in the red zone. I can't see Houston putting up any points this week.
It could happen. It could happen because the quarterback is so terrible. Like, he's gonna just dump it down.
Security blanket. We have a question here from a Paul DiFrancesco. Is Johnny the Greek really Greek?
Half Greek.
Half Greek. Okay, good. All right, good. Usually I thought maybe there was a famous handicapper, Jimmy the Greek. So,
well, no, my last name is actually Greek.
Okay. Yeah. Your last name is Greek?
Yeah.
Okay. So, wow. Okay, that's perfect. Nice. Okay.
I asked him the other day, is he breaking plates at parties?
We have another thing. This is for GBPs by Mr. JB Hughes. Breeze or Dak? I personally like Breeze for GBPs. That's just me. I like it. I think I know that the Saints have been relying on their run game more, but if Buffalo can score early and make them to throw the ball, Breeze is gonna light them up, I think. So that's just me. I might be on an island. I know I'm with my Wap Dago with me on the island. We'll be chilling, hopefully making all the money and sipping pina coladas because we like Mr. Breeze. So
I'll take Dak for the Russian touchdown upside.
Yeah,
I'll take
you're
Breeze
right.
for the lower ownership and the cheaper cost.
All right, good.
That's true. But well, how much? Let me see. How much? What's the difference on DK and those prices? Let me see.
400.
I was just
Dax
looking at
73.
FanDuel.
Dax
Okay,
is 73
yeah,
and Breeze is 69.
Yeah, the ownership is definitely gonna be very low on Drew Brees.
But I would just slide down to Ben Roethlisberger and save another $300.
Mm-hmm.
I would too.
Okay, we have another. Let's see. Defense and kicker on FanDuel by Fair Money. I'm gonna just say Jags and Prater for me. That's just my thing.
Or Gostkowski.
Or Gostkowski or Zerline. Johnny?
I really think it depends on your lineup construction. I'd slide down to the Bears. I don't think the Jags are going to put up 15 more points than the Bears. It's not going to make it worthwhile for me there, or 10 more points, I should say. So I would take. I'd go Bears, maybe Zerline or Hauschka. I like Hauschka a lot this week.
I mean, if I had to go min-price kicker, I would go Gold in San Francisco. I mean, if you want to go to the, I like to go min if I think a guy has upside at min price, but just these guys up here at the top, I just love them so much.
Is Jared Goff, Cooper Kupp a good stack?
Yeah, that's a good red zone stack. Kupp catches all the touchdowns, so yeah, I like that.
In tournaments, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Just remember, most of my plays are tournaments, not cash games.
And I'm mostly cash games. All right, guys, just remember, guys, we're going to be in the chat rooms before lineup lock as much as we can, answering questions. Me, Paulie, who knows? Somebody be in there. CK will be in there. Just to let you know, guys. Just to let you, everybody watching on YouTube, this show is normally a paid premium show. So go on over to wisestake.com. Get the monthly fee. If you join right now, use the veteran code. It is, I'm going to say it one more time. I'm sorry. It's Vets Day 30, and you get 30% off. And then obviously you get 7 days free. We thank everybody that was in here watching the show. Really, really do. Especially Johnny does and Josh. We wish everybody good luck. And just remember, we're going to start. We have some little bit more football content that's going to be rolling out this week. I'm really excited about. So be looking for that Mondays as well as Wednesdays, Thursdays, and the weekends. But like I said, guys, we have one more question, and then we're out of here. Top high price bust on the slate.
Le'Veon Bell.
Johnny.
Ooh.
Oh
wow, that's a good one there. Julio Jones.
Julio Jones.
Does that count as top?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's up there. I would say LaShawn McCoy. Like I was just joking with Le'Veon Bell just because I want to fade him, but that's not real. That's me being an ass. But mine would be Le'Veon Bell. I mean, LaShawn McCoy.
LaShawn McCoy. I can see that one too.
I'm saying Todd Gurley. So, anyways, guys.
And with me saying that, don't forget about Tyrod. Like, I think Tyrod is a good play this week, man. He got his security blanket back over there. I mean, he can run. Make a tournament team with Tyrod if you're making a lot of teams.
Michael Thomas is not good for GVPs, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion, guys. There's a question. Michael Thomas good for GVPs?
No.
No, but don't sleep on Snead.
There's other guys on more outside.
All right, Paulie likes. That's the thing, guys. We got all of his opinions. So Paulie likes, guys. We're gonna get on out of here. We got to get going. So, guys, thank you for joining us here. For Josh and Johnny, I am Patio Joe, and we are out.
Yeah.